Hi everyone, I'm Dan Cassette and welcome to another Pilates class from the Sports Center. I want to start with a wide base for this one. Keep your toes and your knees facing forward, so don't let the knees knock inward. I want you to feel them pressed outward, almost like if you were standing in a bathtub and you're trying to press the outside edge of your feet into the edges of the tub. So you've got nice support from your abductors. And I want you to, from this position, take one hand. If you want to mirror me, you'd be using your left. If you want to do the same as me, it's your right. I'll describe what I'm doing. Feel your abdominals wrap around, and I'm going to use them to rotate my trunk, almost like I'm hugging around a tree in front of me. Turn the palm right side up, like you're serving a waiter's tray around. Rotate on your spine the other way to the back quarter. Inhale and raise the hand up, come over the top. As you exhale, bend both knees and drop through like you're swinging your arm through the legs. Inhale and rise. Now's the fun part. Your hand and torso fall to the right or the other side. Shift your hips away from the hand. You're going to cut your arm across your waist with the elbow, and as you do, a little figure eight with the hips. Let them swoop across just to release the pelvis, and the arm settles down. We'll get the other side. The abs engage. Hug the tree as the belly flattens towards your spine. Turn the palm and serve the tray round behind you. Breathe in and bring it up. Exhale, drop through the legs. Inhale, rise. The hand and torso fall. The hips shift the opposite way. Cut across your waist and circle the hips around. Little hula dance and change. Here we go. Belly to spine, hug. Turn the palm, swoop back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Hula dance. Release. So we're working a little gyrokinesis to warm up the spine and the abdominals. Inhale as you come over the top. Exhale, drop. Inhale, rise. Get some breath with it. Fall to the side. Swoop through the hips. And change. Last two times. Belly to spine. Serve the palm around. Imagine jet streams from your fingers. See long, generous semicircles arcing through space. Release it out. Last time. Swoop. Round. Lift. Drop. Lift. Shift your weight and drop. Swoop around and release. Good. From here, rotate out with the toes and knees just to a comfortable degree for your hip sockets. I want you to let your pelvis shift to one side, down into the middle, over to the other, and then back to standing, and then reverse. You're going to take the circle down and around and rise. Keep the knee tracking over the first two toes on either foot so that you don't twist in the kneecap and cause yourself grief later on in life. Good. The other thing to do is as you drop down, don't let your tailbone swing out. So no curved or lumbar sway here. Keep it neutral so that you're just riding a neutral pelvis down and around and warming up the hips, bum and back. Now from here, I want you to go into the lunge on one side and reach long. Keep the belly lifted and flip the skeleton so the hip bones and shoulders face the floor. Bend the far knee and swoop across the floor. Swoop back the way you came. Lift your belly and reach out to your flat back. Turn your hips and shoulders back to face the front and rise to standing. We're going to just repeat that on the other side. Melt into your knee bend, knee over both toes. Reach long, get a nice lateral stretch. Bend and swoop. Imagine you're wiping the floor with both hands. Bend the other knee and swoop back. Recollect your abdominals and reshape the flat back. Turn to face the front. Inhale and rise. Let's do each side once more. Reach. Rotate. Swoop. Swoop back, lift the belly, flat back first, guys. Don't cheat that moment. Face the front. Rise up. Last one. Reach. Rotate. Keep breathing. Swoop. Swoop. Recollect the abdominals, reshape the flat back, face the front without twisting the kneecaps, rise to the top, and let it go. Bend your knees, you can step up, come right to the top, and in parallel alignment, we're gonna do some calf raises. Don't shift into the heels here. Feel your abs are activated, you're sharing your weight into the forward portions of the feet. So your feet and your calves can be alive. They're gonna help you with the balance. Stay forward. Think of a string pulling you up from the top vertebrae and lengthening your spine up to bring you up onto your tiptoes. Don't let the ankles fall outward. Stay over the big toe. Press the ankles towards one another so you're really strengthening in the proper alignment. Lower down. Rise all the way up, lower down. Rise, lower, rise, lower. We're gonna rise in 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Touchdown 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna go up to 8, but we're gonna stop every 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep coming. 5, 6, all the way up. 7, 8. Come down in increments. 8, 7. 6, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep lifting. 7, 8. Coming down. 7, 8. 8, 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath, guys, and we're going to roll down through the spine, dropping the cranium, so chin to chest. Relax the back of your neck. Feel the space from the base of the cranium down the trapezius to between the shoulder blades. Soften your sternum and round forward. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Let your hands hang for a moment. Bend your knees. Drop that tailbone down. Curl it underneath you and roll back up. Tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, neck, head, and arrive at the top. Inhale and repeat. Exhale, head, neck, shoulders, middle back, lower back, hanging upside down. Soften your knees so there's no pressure on the spine. Breathe in. Tuck your tail underneath you and lift your belly so you can round and roll up, just unfurling the spine right to the top. Last time you're going to roll down, letting the head hang, staying forward over your toes, guys. Bend your knees, lift your belly, roll up, letting the spine unfurl, coming right up to the top. Good. All right, we're gonna have a seat. So let's head down onto the mat. Take both feet in front of you, flat on the floor, hands on the knees. You're gonna start nice and tall. Press the collarbone and the breastbone forward so you're lifted tall. Pull the shoulder blades down. Let the elbows be rested. Don't hold them up, just relax. The biceps can engage here, so you can have a little help from them, that's okay. But feel the belly lifted and it's lifting you up through the lower back while your shoulders and the frame of your arms, the lift of your sternum are helping your upper back stay supported. Now from here, pull the belly button in towards your spine and round in the lower back. Try to stay as tall as you can, even while you're creating a rounded slope from your sacrum to your lumbar. Inhale and rise to vertical. Your hands can help pull, but really press the sternum forward so you're opening up the collarbone. Repeat, abdominals activate deep and flat. The hip bones fall backwards of the pubic bone. Get a curve in the spine, down low. Inhale and rise. I'll show you from the profile. It's about the lumbar, not the upper back. So the abdominals activate deep. The lumbar gets a curve. I stay wide across my collarbone, and then as I lengthen from the base of my spine, I make sure I press my sternum forward to keep getting that upper thoracic work as well. Belly to spine, lumbar curve. Inhale, rise up tall. Now we're going down to the floor, guys. So I want you to just catch under one leg in particular, belly to spine, create that lumbar curve, but this time keep rolling back. Make your way down to the floor. If you need to readjust, you can. You're gonna take both feet flat on the mat, palms beside you. From here, feel your abs activate flat, but don't change your spine. There should be a little natural gap here on the floor. I want you to just lift up your right knee just to in line with the hip joint. Lower the foot and tap the floor. 1, lift. 2, lift. 3, lift. 4, lift. Put the foot down. Keep the pelvis neutral and level. Bring up the left knee. Tap, lift. The lift can be an exhale. Tap, tap. Good. Keep your spine just neutral and chilled out. There should be no pressure in the lumbar. You're going to do it again with the right leg. Palms into the floor. Pick up the right leg. If you're ready for it, stretch the leg out straight. You can do the bent leg version again if you feel that's better for your lumbar, but if possible, lower the leg and lift. Just in line with the other knee is fine. Lower and lift. So we're using the whole hip flexor. Heel tap and lift. Bend that leg and put it down. Still leaving the back relaxed. There should be no tension in the lumbar or glutes. Extend your other leg. Lower. Don't let the hips tilt or the pelvis change. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Bend that leg. Put it flat. From here, a pelvic curl. Your abdominals engage and your hips drop. Your lumbar is going to make an imprint on the mat. Rolling through the imprint, almost like if you were rolling out cookie dough, you wanted to get nice and thin. Press the abdominals down, push with your feet and your glutes so the tail curls up between your legs and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Try to get that feedback from the spine into the floor so you know when each vertebrae has left the mat. You're going to press yourself slowly back down, shoulders, middle back, lumbar, and finally the sacrum. Return to neutral so that gap comes back for just a moment. Then replace the abdominals, replace the length of the spine, push with your feet and come up tailbone, lower back, middle back, bridge into the sky. Exhale and down you go. Shoulder blades, middle back, lower back, neutral. Let's do 2 more just to make sure everything's nice and warm. Abs strong and flat, hip bones down, make your imprint. Press through the spine and rise. The glutes and hamstrings are active. You're trying to tilt the pubic bone up towards your nose so you're maintaining that pelvic curl. Hold it to the last second till you lay it all down. Final time. Exhale, imprint. Curl, push with the legs and glutes. Bridge. Exhale. Down into the floor. Bring your knees to your chest, guys. I want you to just catch both knees and give them a nice little hug. From here, hold the knees tight. Activate your belly down into the floor so the lumbar connects to the mat once again. Push your feet into your hands and hold on tight, firm with your biceps. Bring your legs to a tabletop position and lift your chest. So you're into a nice little position here where your arms are helping to support the frame of the legs and your abdominals and upper body. You're going to inhale and stretch out 2 legs and 2 arms. Exhale and bring back to hold on tight. Keep your chest off the floor. Extend, contract, extend, contract. Hold on tight. Extend, catch, extend, catch. See if you can stay up here. You're going to transfer your hands to one knee, extend the other leg. Try to keep the toes about in line and change. Single leg stretch. Change. Change. Keep your torso up. Shoulder blades off the floor if you can. And bring the knees to you. Lie down with the torso and have a little rest. Open your arms out to a T formation, guys. Shoulders wide and flat. Take your knees back to that tabletop position. A neutral spine is fine here. I want you to lift one hip bone, so I'll lift my left and let my knees rotate to the right. I keep the knees the same length. I don't want the top leg to shorten. Now, the abdominals flatten across my middle, bringing back my rib cage to the floor, my waist, my hip. Let's go the other way. Lift your right hip so you can roll to the left. Keep that right shoulder blade down. Activate your abs deep and firm across center. Come back, ribs, waist, pelvis. Let's change again. Right side. Exhale, come home. Left side. Exhale, come home. Right side. Come home. Make sure you've got that nice activation around your waist. Left side. Come home. All right. From here, walk one foot down to the floor. Walk the other foot down to the floor. Stretch out your left. Send your right foot up to the sky and flex it. Keep the abdominals flat and the long leg pushing into the floor. Palms down beside you now. We're gonna do 3 little leg circles. The leg comes across the body. Exhale as it comes down and around, and use your abs to stabilize your center. You can breathe in for the next one. Breathe out for the last one. Change direction. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Don't let the hips rock and roll. Keep them level. Put that foot down. Stretch it out, guys. Bring the other knee up. Left foot to the sky now. Same story. Exhale across. Press down with the hands and feet on the floor. Inhale. Keep your pelvis stable and steady. Exhale. Change direction. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, bend that knee. Bring both legs up so the feet are on the floor again. This time, feel your abs activate. Bring up one knee, bring up the other knee. Stretch both legs into the sky and point your toes up high. Just like we did with the spine twist supine, you're going to open your arms and let your legs go across you, but just to a small degree, so not as far this time. Let the legs reach down away onto a little angle, so it's not very big at all. Keep your lumbar connected to the floor as the legs swoop across to the other side. Use your abs to bring them up to the 90-degree angle and return center. You're gonna rotate to the other side, so reverse your circle this time. Go down away from you without letting your lumbar lose the floor. I don't want any hyperextensions there. Use your abs to bring the legs up and around. It's called the corkscrew. You're not going to get very far into the rotation without losing connection to the floor, and I don't want to endanger your spine that way. So make sure your circle is small enough that your abs can keep you firm and flat against the mat. But go for a couple of rotations. You should get a bonus spine twist out of the deal on a small scale without causing any grief in the lower back. Swoop the legs around, then bend the knees, and just give them a nice comfortable hug into the chest. A little hip opener now, arms opened up. Stretch the legs up, flex the toes, rotate out so you look like Mary Poppins, rotate back in. Point the legs, bend the legs, open the knees but keep the toes together, close the legs. Extend, flex, rotate out, rotate back. Point, bend, open, close. Extend, flex, rotate, close. Point, bend, open, close. Last set. Flex, open, close. Point, bend, open, close. Walk one foot down. Walk the second foot down, stretch out both legs and give them a shake to let them rest. Keep your legs extended and just hold a neutral spine. So at the moment, you can have that natural gap between your lumbar and the floor, but with the legs touching, Take your hands up, palms facing each other. Don't let your rib cage or upper spine change as your straight arms fall behind you towards the floor. If the thumbs don't reach the floor, that's okay. That's not the objective. Just let the arms stay straight and get a nice little stretch for your shoulders without changing your upper back. You're going to inhale and come up, head, neck, shoulders. Your chest is off the floor here. Then exhale, and I want you to roll through your spine like we did on the pelvic curl, but now it's a roll up through the back to a seated position. Your shoulder just comes past the hip bone here, and you're into a little C shape with your body. Keep the belly flat as you roll down and try to reapply the spine to the floor from the sacrum through the lumbar right to the chest lift here. Hold for a moment and then lie back, shoulders, neck, head. Let's repeat. Inhale. Exhale. Press the abs down to get feedback from each vertebrae as you roll up to seated. Reverse the process, abdominals flat, reapply the vertebrae to the floor, hold in the chest lift for a brief moment and lie back. If that's tough for your lower back due to maybe a tight back or heavy upper body compared to your legs, try putting a little pillow in your lumbar to give you that feedback, or you can shorten your legs to a bent position. Try not to bring them all the way up to a tight angle of the knees. Keep them as extended as possible. Exhale, come up, head, neck, chest. Keep the belly pressing down. Create that rounded shape, feeding back. And as soon as possible, stretch those legs. Keep going, guys. If you need the bent leg function or the cushion to help you lower down, you can do that. The whole mechanic of the exercise works the same. But sometimes for different skeleton structures, you need little modifications. So find the version that works for you, helps you get that clean spinal roll up and roll back down. Let's do one more, guys. Belly to spine, press into the floor, rise to your tall seated C shape, and round and roll back. Down you go. Good. Relax and bring your legs back towards you. Roll onto your side and face the camera. From here, I want you to go to one elbow, stretch out both legs. Don't collapse on this shoulder. I want you to pull the lat down to hold the shoulder blade in place. Lift the oblique up. Take your top hand and just put it behind your behind your ear, and don't let your head float up. Try to lay your other ear on a pillow. From here, lift the top leg. You're going to flex the foot. Pull the belly to the spine as you bring the heel forward. Inhale and point the toe and swing it behind you, just to where you feel the hamstring and glute activate. Don't let your back arch. You're not trying to change the spine. Your obliques in your shoulder and your abs are holding everything firm. Heel forward. Inhale. Back. Exhale. Forward. Inhale. Back. Exhale. Forward. Inhale. Back. Exhale. Forward. Inhale, back. Fold the knees in, come on up to seated, swing your legs around and swap sides. Onto one elbow, pulling the shoulder into place, supporting through the obliques, legs extended, fingertips behind the ear, lift the top leg, don't drop your waist, flex the foot, swing forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Now, let the legs closed. From here, swap to a seated position, hands behind you. Straight elbows, open the collarbone and press your sternum forward without projecting the neck. Keep the neck just in line with the rest of your spine. You're going to push down with your heels and lift with your bum. With an exhale to rise to a back support position. Keep your collarbone wide and your sternum tall as you tap your bottom and push away from the floor immediately. Don't sit down. Keep your chest tall, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Keep your sternum high as you lower your bottom down and then come away from your hands. Hug your arms around in front of you, flex your toes, pull your belly button up as your elbows and your nose bow forward, and just let your lumbar relax. Really stretch out the heels, lengthen them away from your tailbone. Now sit up with a breath in and release. We're going to go back for 2 more back supports, but we're going to add some legs. Shoulders wide, collar open, belly to spine. Think almost of a posterior tilt as your pubic bone tries to lift to the ceiling. While you're here, keep your hips level. I want you to exhale and lift one leg 3 times. 1, 2, don't drop in the pelvis. 3. Now lower your bottom and keep your chest up. Press up on 2 legs, keep your hips level, lift the other leg. 1, 2, 3. Put that foot down, stay tall in the chest, lower your bottom, and come to seated. Bring your heels together and open your knees to the side. Catch your ankles and round forward into a comfortable curve. Let gravity just have your head. You don't have to yank. Take 2 deep breaths. 1 in and out. Second one in and out. Good. From here, guys, swap your feet round behind you and move to all 4s. Keep the collarbone wide again. Don't hunch in the chest. Shoulders are square, pelvis is square, and the belly is lifted. Step out with 1 leg. And don't send your tailbone into the sky, guys. I want you to keep a long, low diagonal from heel to pelvis to shoulders. Nothing changes in the body as the second leg joins the first. Keep your belly lifted and point the toes of your right foot. Don't change your pelvis as you lift that straight leg up with an exhale. Exhale and down. Exhale and down. Exhale and down. Exhale. Exhale. Still think of engaging those abs, almost like you're trying to rotate your pubic bone to your nose. Put that foot down, immediately swap, left toes extend, straight legs, lift and down, lift and down, lift, lift. Keep the belly lifted with the hamstring and glute activation. Lift and lift. Put the foot down. Bend one knee and skim the mat as you come in. Bend the other knee, skim as well. Sit your bottom back towards your heels. Bury your elbows and face down to the floor and rest for a moment. Roll up to kneeling if it doesn't bother your knees. Take your fingertips to your shoulders. If this is uncomfortable to sit on your feet, you can come to a kneeling position. Fingertips on shoulders, belly to spine, rotation without twisting in the shoulders. Get the internal and external obliques folding into each other, almost like if you're tucking in a robe. And come home to neutral. Spiral the other way. Belly to spine, rotation, and home. Belly to spine, rotation, and home. One more, rotation, and home. Release the hands, go to all 4s. Now, you're going to step back to each foot. Keep your elbows close, keep your shoulders wide, and I want you to bend your elbows and then press the floor away. If you can keep the backs of your shoulders wide and lower your sternum to the floor, you may. Let's do 4 total. That's 3. And this is 4. Now, pike your tailbone up. Walk your hands in. 1, 2, 3. Bend your knees and drop your tailbone and roll up. If you want, you can face the camera. Keep your shoulders nice and wide. Shift your weight onto your toes. Rise onto your toes to a nice tall calf raise. Keep your collar open, breathing deeply. Lower your heels down. And thank you very much. That's class from me. Hope you enjoyed and hope to see you again at the Cambridge Sports Center.